of the hill, still nil, Kemp in Club 20. It's going to be Matthew Rhodes outside. Inside of 2, it's going to be Michael Turner. Justin Whitehead, the eight-time Cajun Classic winner. And the Hilly Service Center WW Timber, number 36, Jay Whitehead, the winningest driver here in the state of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas over the last 10 years, bar none. And he's going to try to get a roll into 3 and try to go 3 wide. Turner gets the bid. Rolls up in front of his nose. Here comes the 17-year-old Logan Griffin barking around the hub of the racetrack. Logan Griffin digging tonight. All the while, up front, the reigning $10,000 King of the Hill winner, Neil Kemp, getting away. Whitehead trying to throw it in and go 3 wide. Can't get the job done and sidestep Turner just yet, but he does get by Griffin. Whitehead smelling blood in the water here. As right now he'll roll down to the inside once again, 3 different lanes wide on a hammer down and a little bit of a greasy Texarkana 67 Speedway at this juncture of the racing program. If you just tuned in watching us live on raceontexas.com, we got a little bit of a late start tonight due to Mother Nature throwing us a curveball. But trying to get the track rolled in as good as possible. And right now the man with the plan out front looking to get checkers in his hands. It's still nil Kemp. Kemp fresh off a victory at the Boot Hill Speedway 2 Saturday nights ago. As Kemp got the factory stock done after sitting out the previous 2 weeks after having COVID-19. He works the wheel, and as I say, he works it well, into 3. And tick-tock, the race clock goes. Whitehead has prevailed over that battle, and B.J. Cook being brought along back in the 4th spot as he gets around Turner and relegates him to the 4th spot. So off of turn 4, down Main Street they roll into 1. Griffin showing strength early, has been relegated here back to the 6th spot. 5th spot, as Gary Harvin, Starvin Harvin, the 19-lap leader just a couple of weeks ago, got dethroned by the 16-year-old Connor Mewborn. Mewborn getting his first factory stock win of the year. And Harvin been awfully close to getting a victory. Justin Whitehead would tell you he is not a fan of a hammer-down racetrack. He's a dry slick kind of guy. But one thing we know, what he prefers and what he can excel on are 2 different things. As he can excel on any given racetrack, 4 tires and a steering wheel, he'll wheel it, and it doesn't matter what kind of deal you're on. As right now, he has chipped away at the lead, but it's been all still nil, stealing away out front in Club 20. Griffin up to the 4th spot as we roll off of 4 this time on the white flag for Neil Kemp. It's all Neil Kemp all the time. The former $5,000 factory stock 50 winner down the road at Timberline Speedway. Being out front minding his own business for the drop of the green flag in this one. And he'll lead all 8 laps and route the checkers off of turn number 4. And the driver of the Nilly Service Center, Outlaw Chassis, Best Engines, Team 5 Enterprise, Club 20, still nil. Kemp wins heat race number 1 in dominating fashion. And Whitehead will come home to stripe the bridesmaid in 36J. B.J. Cook with a valiant effort in 3rd in 43J. And Logan Griffin will finish 4th in heat race number 1 tonight. Brendan Brown and car number 32. And the lights are out, we're under the gun, and they hustle into 1. 16-year-old Connor Mewborn starts shotgun, we're underway. So you got 2 of the fastest cars that will certainly pass the eyeball test that started on the final row. How many will they pick up and pick off here? As we exit off of corner number 2 and head down the back straightaway, throwing into the hip pocket already 3 of them. 3 of them is Brandon Brown. Brown with 7 wins here at 67 back in the 2018 season. Has been limited modified racing and factory stock racing sparingly over the last couple of years. 1 here last Friday night in that brand new Express NG9 chassis just acquired from Justin Whitehead. So doing double duty tonight is Brown. He'll try to double up and get the broom out and sweep. He's already up inside of the top 5 as we got a good one. Hitting up for the race lead. Gardner with a major push. Oh boy, I can't tell if they're doing some cell phone racing. They're connected right now. Well, And, well, the 4 of Abernathy drove her off into Highway 67 before he turned left. And he got a piece of the left rear of the 1 exit Gardner. He may not like it too much. How about a shot in the shorts to Chris Gardner? John Mitchell's father, who we lost last year. Lights are out. We're underway and under the gun as they hustle into 1. They're going to go door-to-door for the race lead into 1 and 2. Who's going to get the advantage? How about the youngster Mason Brown? Got some dig and some stick underneath that hot rod tonight. He'll relegate Tate and put him back to 3rd. Here comes 16-year-old Connor Mewborn. He and Brown both started at the tail in row 4. Off of 4. Brown to the inside. Just supposed to Jesse take quicker than a Hillary email. He'll hustle into one. A little bit of contact. Sorry for lying on you, Jesse. All kinds of contact here. Sometimes Brandon Brown, and I didn't see that whole deal, but Brandon Brown, he's an aggressive driver. He'll take him by any means necessary. So right now he's got his crosshairs dialed up on the back trunk lid of the number 9 of Brown, who has a way high, wide, and handsome exit, and that's going to open up the door for the 32. As he can lock his elbows and keep that car tight around the corners, and Brown just hustling that thing off in there. About ended up over there off of I-30 before he got around off of corner 4. As Brown's slinging her off in there. Mason Brown, to my knowledge, Mason's a pretty common name. Brown's a pretty common last name, but I would assume this is the same Mason Brown, formerly out of Sims, Texas. He began his career in this division. As well as the 32 of Brown. They got it toe-to-toe momentarily. 32 will squeeze by and go to second. Former track champion Brandon Brown getting a shot in the short stare from the 36 of Mewborn. Night number 2 winner here at 67. And his first win here just a couple of weeks back out around Gary Harvin on the 20th and final circuit. As again, he and Brown started on the 4th and final row in this one and quickly made work of the competition. And we'll see if Brown can dial in and reel in the number 9 of Mason Brown for the race lead. But I'll tell you, Mason Brown for his first ever trip here to Mandeville is on an REIL, folks. He'll have to keep that car on KIL for just a couple of more circuits as he's 2 laps to go. Again, that heavy push I've been speaking of throughout the duration of this one. Still there, but obviously not hindering his advantage out front as Brown's still licking his chops, but nowhere near within striking distance as we come down the boulevard to the white flag for Mason Brown out of Avery, Texas. The final time down the back boulevard into turns 3 and 4. Mason Brown gets a face full of checkered flag, and he'll win heat race number 2 in commanding fashion. Again, that has to be the same Mason Brown that began racing the from El Dorado, Arkansas. He's in 14 Junior, the RPFX Series chassis. Trent Kenworth from Mod and Colby Williams from Changaloo, Louisiana. Like Aaron Roy said in Victor Lane here on night 2, it was a quality over quantity night, and you got a bunch of good ones in this one. We'll see who gets out front right now looking for the advantage. It's going to be Colby Mewborn. Mewborn has turned the tide in his racing career, and he just relegated 9R Prince to second quickly. As Mewborn, using lessons learned from his father Brian, down the back straightaway with the race lead, trying to separate himself over Prince and begins to now hit his marks. Prince stalking the tire tracks. We got a good roll there through 3 and 4. Mewborn a little loose off of exit, allows the 9R to scoot in by inches. Not chipping away the yards of feet just yet, but Prince is licking his chops. And the battle for third's heating up. Aaron Roy, who is absolutely dominant here once again on night number 2. He's got his crosshairs dialed up on last Friday night's feature winner of Brandon Brown. A hammer down heavy track here tonight in Mandeville, Arkansas, in Texarkana. As Mewborn continues to lead. Sawing on the wheel up the exit of quarter number 2 as he heads down the back straightaway full throat into 3. Here comes Aaron Roy. Rolling to the inside of 32 of Brown for third. 35 and 32 going at it. 2 Architects area veterans now. Off of turn number 4. Aaron Roy will take third. Hello, can you sit down and take a please? Can you please take a seat, Brandon? Brandon would have rather not obeyed the command, but had no other choice but to do so. He'll get back up on his horse and put a whip to it in turn number 3, but Aaron Roy trying to get away out up in third and 35. It's all Mewborn all the time. In the running, I'd say he's long gone in front of everybody in the bid for RaceOnTexas.com Breakout Driver of the Year. The driver, the number 36, sees 2 laps to go. Colby Mewborn dominating heat race number 1. The hot Louisiana youngster of Baron Prince rolling in second comfortably as Aaron Roy. The top 3 separated by the same distance around the speedway. As off before to be Mewborn seeing a face full of white flag by Joe Hone. The final trip in the one in this 8-lap affair here in your first limited modified heat race on night number 4 of the grand reopening of the 67th Speedway here in Texarkana. And it'll be the driver of the best engine-powered Western Flyer AMG Delivery Hideaway Towing Collision number 36 Colby Newborn will dominate heat race number 1 over 15-year-old Baron Prince on the A-Mark Middle sponsored 9R. And again, the Texarkana Merchant Center number 35, the 8-time track champ Aaron Roy in 35. Turner was the second fast Turner in his family last week. Principal Turner put on a show out here with Dustin Hyde last Friday night. Trying to, pun intended, take them to school, folks. Turner. So we're underway as they hustle off the exit of turn number 2 here at Mandeville tonight, your second limited modified heat race. Got them all scattered and smothered on the racetrack right now. Not sure what to look at. Off the Forest, Clinton with the race lead, getting over Williams and head down Main Street into turns 1 and 2. What's for supper? Here comes a little bit of Cody Tupper trying to roll back to the deck lid of the number 47 of Williams for second. The battle back here for fourth, though, heating up. Collier in the 24B of Turner. The F5 right there trying to find a lane around. Kind of good hot rod. Good as he once was and good as he ever was. Here comes Speed Anderson trying to go to the top 5. All right, now you got to have a need for speed around this joint. It's a hammer down speedway right now. This track doesn't get like this all too often. Again, if you've just been watching live on Race on Texas, and you haven't heard me mention several times throughout the program that we had a pretty good rain shower on the speedway earlier that added much saturated the speedway. Pretty good deal here. So this place typically will slick off and be kind of dusty, but it's always racing no matter what. Right now, you gotta have some horses underneath the hood. Seabiscuit out front right now in the form of the J3 of Jamie Clayton. Jimbo would be a good name for a horse. Got the horses underneath the hood barking. They hustle into one. And Skeet Amison headed to Heartbreak Hotel is limp in the F5 car as he tries to exit down the back straightaway as the race leader gets by as the battle for second's a good one. It's heating up as the white flag comes out this time by for Jimbo. Tupper still giving hell to the 47 of Williams. Williams not allowing him to get by. It'll be the final time as they roll in turns 1 and 2. About a half a lane higher on the speedway is Connor Williams. Connor Williams making his first trip to Mandeville here in 2021 will hold off one of the heavyweights in this class around the architect over the last year of Cody Tupper. So your unofficial top 4 car due tonight in his crate late model. This is his first or second full season as we're underway as they hustle into one. Spurlock jumps out front, grabs the advantage, so we hustle off the exit of 2. Lindsay in tow in the turn number 2 of the 21 of Winslet. Rides about a few car lengths back, and third is Patrick in 4th and 21 off before they head down Main Street. Spurlock with the race lead. Winslet will slide in front of Lindsay to grab second. Here comes Darren Patrick around the hub of the racetrack in 21. So down the back straightaway to up to the Brownsville. Spurlock long gone up front in 151. Spurlock down the front straightaway at 151 has stretched it out to a pretty sizable advantage now over Winslet and the Black Diamond Chassis Yard Services LLC number 21. As he's given hell for third of the 21 of Patrick, making his first trip here in quite some time. I believe Darren Patrick's raced here with the the former Southern Non-Professional Racing Series back in the 2000s as we hustled down Main Street. Just now to halfway in and the other half to go yet. The 3 laps remain this time down the boulevard for Jim Spurlock. Run in here and snap me a water real quick. Stay you got to whip this whistle. Your first crate late models in dominating fashion from Sorrento, Louisiana. Spurlock is long gone out front, 151. So, checkers out. I think that's Dalton Patrick and the other 21. I couldn't get a look of it as well. So Brandon Ball with the race lead, hustles in the 3 and 4 with the top spot in B17. Brandon Ball continues to lead here at 67, hustles down Main Street into 1. Honeycutt and car number 10 starting to hit its marks as he rides down the back straightaway. Few car lengths behind the B17 of Ball. Ball this season starting off high, winning his first several starts, 3 in a row at the red to kick off the season. All the way back to February or March when the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars came to the Revolution Park. We'll head on tomorrow night in Monroe. As Ball has been very impressive. Oh, look out! Shots fired! Shots fired! Oh, you folks watching home 81 car just he backfired pretty nice there. As Honeycutt's still on the ball here with his crosshairs dialed up on the bank deck lid of Brandon Ball for the race lead. Trying to chip away at it. Can't get the job done as it's 2 laps to go. And something happened. Ball under. Losing power there in 1 and 2. Honeycutt there to pounce. Look out. White flag out for Ball. And Kane Honeycutt there licking his chop. Hustling into 1. Here comes Kane Honeycutt for the race lead. Ball trying to hold back the advances up head off in the 3 and 4 for the final time. 10 and B17 going to go at it hot and heavy. Ball pushes off the race. Here comes Kane Honeycutt down Main Street into 1, and it's going to be Ball by half a catch whisker. Oh, baby. Oh, baby! We're underway into 1 as Tim Eves jumps out front to the race lead. John Mitchell already picks the pocket award, goes to second now. Will set his sights on Tim Eves for the top spot, and the caution comes out early in this one. Track champion at Arklatex Speedway, been now in a crate for 2 years. Tim Eves to the green. Tim Eves going to lead the herd into 1 and 2 of this 5-car, 8-lap affair. Contact with John Mitchell and Steve Ward. All kinds of right side romance as they exit corner number 2 and into 3. Eves out front, barking like a big dog down Main Street into 1. Somebody turn on the song, Cat Scratch Fever. Here comes John Mitchell off of 4. He's still got 4 laps to get the job done. And Tim Eves has no rear view mirror. He better have known John coming quickly and fastly and in a dang hurry. That's some fast healthcare, folks. Oh, and the caution's out. Chopping away at it and was picking him off there. We'll see what happens. We're back under the green flag. Cat scratch fever. John Mitchell, the Catman, off of turn number 2, puts his foot through the firewall and sends her off deep into turns 3 and 4. He'll try to lane a little bit higher, but Tim, he's stuck like chucked around the hub in 4 JC. You're going to be stuck. Yeah, better been like old Chuck as they roll off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Set aside the same stuff, but right now business picking up here for the top spot. Mitchell chipping away at it. Pushed it off the exit of the corner with 2 laps to go for Timmy. Mitchell's there ready to pounce now. He'll claw and scratch the lead as a little bit of cattywampus sidestepping underneath the 4 JC of Ease. Opens up the door for the 5 of the Catman, John Mitchell. And a 3 for the white flag will be displayed this time by just had a photo finish in heat race number 2 with Ball and Honeycutt. And that time John Mitchell losing a little bit of that. Let's look to apply more pressure. Final time in the 3 and 4. He'll hold on to it as Tim Eves will hold off the heavyweight tonight in heat race number 3. So a nice Roy's boy and car number 35 on the pole. Stephen Fagan from Amity, Arkansas on 12F. Danny Rambo, feature winner here 2 Friday nights ago in the number 4R. Nicholas Coco out of Nash, Texas. Chris Bruce in 58. J.C. Stewart and Eddie Brewer back in the saddle. He's out of Atlanta in the BC car. So 1 by 2 down the back straightaway, fitting all the way to the outside for 3rd is Chris Bruce. Bruce in 58. As the 11-year-old Racing Roy holding strong and steady in 2nd right now as they look to put lap 1 in the history books. They will with Stephen Fagan, your race leader in 12F. Fagan, your race leader by several car lengths over youngster Racing Roy, who has been nothing less than impressive, folks. Like I've said several times, dominating Mario Kart. Yoshi at the age of 11 certainly wasn't sawing on the wheel of any kind of race car in real life. This kid gets it on. He's got some pretty cool parents. Pretty cool parents. As this kid has shown and proven himself time and time again. Started off in those little mini wedge karts. Raced a lot at the new Boston go-kart track over there. Had much success. Obviously, Aaron wouldn't put him up if he wasn't ready. Pushed up there, opened the door. He's back on. He turned the wick up. Racing Roy says, can't let you have it, Danny Rambo. Night number 2 winner, Danny Rambo. Going at it with the youngster Racing Roy for 2nd. Roy looking pretty impressive here in heat race number 1. Was Steven. A big push that time. Thing is with these cars, you're driving in a little too steep and cheap. With being a front wheel drive, they are not going to turn left if you hit one of those slick spots on the racetrack. So down the back straightaway, Stewart gets relegated by Bruce, who rolls to 3rd now on the final trip. Or to the white flag this time for Stephen Fagan. Rambo. He's there, chipping away at it. He'll see if we can get one more photo finish here in the 3 and 4. Rambo with a run. Off of 4, down the front straightaway. Fagan will hold off a hard-charging Danny Rambo in the 4R. Texas. Playing with tarantulas and stuff. Oh. Come on, back. We're underway on the first lap of your 2nd and final 4-cylinder heat here tonight in Mandeville, Arkansas at 67 Speedway. Last Saturday night's winner at the Arklatex Speedway in the Acura Integra 05. I didn't see him on the roster there, but that's Luke DuPont. The battle for 2nd into turn number 3 is Conversion race leader Bryant. Rolls past Ashton Riddle. He'll go to the bridesmaids honors in car 88B. Bryant has put his name up there as one of the top 4-cylinder drivers around the Architects. That there is no doubt. He'll set his crosshairs on a C49. Challenge is accepted. Will he come to the stomping grounds of C49? And make him regret it off of 4. The 1M, goodness gracious, cars off the pace there. Bottles the top 2 cars up, and here comes Bryant for the race lead. Into 1 and 2. For bragging right, and for all the Tostitos here, folks, just hit heat race. So very, very important on where you're going to start in tonight's main event. Converse still with the race lead off of turn 4 with 2 laps to go this time by. We got them all 4-cylinder wound up tonight around this tacky fast hammer down 67 Speedway. We don't get this kind of racetrack here in Mandeville too often. As Converse continues to hold back the 88B of Bryant, as Louisiana native giving him all he's worth as they come to the final quarter-mile trip here in the second and final 4-cylinder heat. Converse opens up the door, leaves the lane open for the bottom. Asher Riddle drove it all the way deep in number 5. Down the back straightaway, neck and neck for the race lead. Bryant to the inside of the final circuit. The 6th and final lap and sliding up in front. You don't see a slide job in a 4-cylinder too often. That was impressive. And Bryant's going to steal it away from Converse at his home track tonight. He'll get bragging rights for now. Who will get the last lap tonight in the main event? Steel Neal to put his foot through the firewall and get this party started. Joe Hone throws the green off before we're underway. Kemp gets the advantage on the opening lap as he heads down the back straightaway with about a 2.5 car length advantage over Brown, who jumps to second early. Door to door with Whitehead, off of 4 with Mewborn. Off of turn number 4 down the boulevard. I'm sorry, with Husselpeck. Husselpeck and Whitehead neck and neck into 1. Husselpeck was hired as the gun to pilot that 36J 2 Friday nights ago. And tonight driving Brandon Brown's number 32. So your top 5 as the caution flag comes out early. Neil Kemp in Club 20 out of Kirby, Arkansas. Puts his foot to the firewall and gets the party restarted. We're back underway off of 4 as they head down Main Street into turn number 1. Kemp set up on kill tonight. Rolls off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Mason Brown gets snookered by the 8-time Classic winner Justin Whitehead, who goes to second now. Whitehead to second. Puts Mason Brown back to third as they hustle off of 4. Harvin's up to 4th and 25. It's all Neil Kemp to this juncture with 6 laps scored of this 20-lap affair as they hustle into 1. A lot of lightning showing up there in the Mandeville night sky to the east of us. Not sure if that's something to keep our eyes on, as right now here comes Brown to the inside of Whitehead for second. Little bit slight kiss of contact. And Brown relegated back to third. Mason Brown having a hell of a performance tonight here in Mandeville. As Gary Harvin, he's still starving for that dub, and he'll quickly roll right to the inside of Mason Brown and relegate him to 4th. Hello and goodbye. Mason Brown put back for the 4th spot as Gary Harvin is rolling now. As Long gone out front by his lonesome, the Club 20 and Neil Kemp digging tight. Look at Gary Harvin. Gary Harvin playing no games tonight. Wow. Never often see somebody just right past Justin Whitehead. Hello and goodbye. He needs a caution because Neil Kemp is long gone out front, but Gary Harvin is rolling tonight. Holy smokes. In a recent case of where did he come from? Gary Harvin, after the heartbreak 2 weeks ago from Connor Mewborn, at the hands of Connor Mewborn. Did not lead the 20th and final lap, but played 19 of them and went home to the Heartbreak Hotel. Neil Kemp way out front by his lonesome. We'll need a seat. Gary Harvin wants to do anything with Steel Neal. Gary Harvin has hit the setup tonight, folks, and he is rolling around the Mandeville over this juncture, but it is about to be another bridesmaid's performance finish for him because Kemp is way out front in Club 20. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. That's the end of the hourglass ticking away as Justin Whitehead again pulled off just a few laps ago in 36J. Would imagine that the contact with he and Brown cut a tire down or something of that nature as lap traffic up in front of Club 20 at Kemp as he is about half a cradle behind the 13 at Tate. He's at the tail of the field in this factory stock 21 main event. And Logan Griffin got the tilt tank hanging off the L17 car. As Neil Kemp now, right in front of Neil Kemp. And he'll keep it strolling. Look out, the caution flag will wave. The green is back out. We'll see what happens on the top of the settlement. Here comes Gary. Knocked on the back door, Club 20 and Neil Kemp. For the race lead, down the back straight over the inside. Hello, Neil Kemp. And maybe goodbye. And now Gary Harvin just quickly Neil Kemp. But Kemp will fight back. What he can do is go down the inside of the 25 of the race lead. As Gary Harvin has hit the setup tonight. Wow. What a valiant performance for Gary Harvin out of Falcon. Harvin, the Falcon monster, and he just gobbled the whole field up. Going right into the hip pocket. Leaving zero, zilch, not a doubt on the table that he's got the best hot rod of the bunch of this jump of the race. As we're just about this one. Just about the 10 in with 10 laps to go in this 20 lap affair. As Harvin will come across right now to put the other 50% in. As the 4 of Abernathy pulls off the speedway there, came stop for a moment, got it back under enough power to get down out of harm's way. As again, Gary Harvin has stretched the advantage out from Neil Kemp. It's been quite some time we've seen a driver just walk right past Justin Whitehead and then sit at sights, pull the trigger, and go right by Neil Kemp. 2 of the Arkansas area heavyweights as we get a caution from Mason Brown, whose outstanding effort tonight ends on tonight. As they'll try it as we get back under the green off of 4. Back on the restart, hustling into turns 1 and 2. Seven laps to go. As we work down to it here in Mandeville, Arkansas tonight in your first main event of 4 here at Texarkana. The factory stocks on a hammer down speedway. Which I've said several times in this junction of the program, we don't get here very often. Nature's job with some extra moisture to the speedway, and she's a little saturated, but she's fast. And here comes Kemp, trying to chip away at the race lead. As Harvin is excelling. He may have a hammer underneath the hood, but he's doing a good job of sawing on that wheel. He's got the proverbial both hands and both feet up on it right now, and he's just trying to hit his marks and hold them off. As he once again is being the hunted. But with a Hunter early on in this race, and once he's got out front, he's been long gone. Thank you, man. Bam, thank you, ma'am. So exiting corner number 2, it's all Gary Harvin, but we'll look back here, the battle for 3rd. Scotty Husselpeck, the hired gun tonight behind Brandon Brown's number 32 entry, and we the green flag over Gary Harvin, who's looking to hold him off, and he's back on it. We're back underway. Tick-tock, the race clock goes. Harvin got into 3 and 4, just a little chatty almost that last time by, allowed Club 20 to pick up a little bit of the slack on him, but he's been hitting his marks here once more. Some plenty of drive in car number 25 tonight for Gary Harvin. 1.5 laps to go for Gary Harvin as he meets the midpoint of the back boulevard. You'll see the white flag. He only has one more quarter-mile trip to go yet. 2 weeks ago, at this Jump for the Race program, he was the leader at this time. And then that Connor Newborn spoiled the party and got around him in the last lap, and sending to Elvis Presley Boulevard to the Heartbreak Hotel. Tonight, he will have proven it. Zero, not a doubt about it. He had the baddest hot rod of the bunch. And a well overdue victory tonight for the driver from Falk, Arkansas. Starving Gary Harvin, get your factory stock victory tonight here in Manville, Arkansas. And the Club 20 and Neil Kent comes home second to 32 of Scotty Husselpeck, Connor Newborn, and Logan Griffin gets the top 5 tonight in L17. Number 25, a long overdue victory for Gary Harvin in 25. Oh, Gary, been a long overdue time to meet me here on the front straightaway, man. And, you know, I know we beat the horse dead about what happened here a couple of weeks ago, man. But, you know, I'm sure you wouldn't want to finish second to any other guy, you know, gets his first win, you know. But heartbreak, man. You led 19 tonight. You leave zero doubt on the table about it. And you passed one of the heavyweights, Neil Kemp. And I'm not sure any time guys just walk right past 36J. What a hot rod you had tonight. What a drive you had out front, Gary.
It was good. I just got to thank God. And Gracie and Autumn, Justin McMurray, Justin Sales, Brooklyn, Gracie, just got to thank them all.
I don't have
Pro One Transmission and Tyler Green Trucking.
I don't have a stat book on me right now, Gary. Can you remember the last time you've won here at 67? It's been a few years.
2013.
2013, folks. Knew it had been a little while, but that's not your last feature win you've got, is it?
No, I got one at Nashville earlier this year.
Absolutely. Man, it's got to feel good, though, man, to cash in.
Oh, it does. It's great.
What happened tonight? I know you were a good sport about it. You go home just like Connor said, your family now. But did you go home thinking about whatever you could have done differently that night that may have helped you here tonight?
No, I just faded real bad. I was terrible. And in the first of the race, I was good, but it just got loose, and that's all I could do.
You've been at this sport long enough, though, so did it sting for you? Or did you just like, oh, well, it's just another one?
It did sting. It's been a while.
Absolutely. It's got to make these feel that much more, triumphant for you, man. Well earned. It's good to see you in Victory Lane, man. I know you've been chipping away at it. You got around some good guys. Neil Kent's been tough as nails this year. So you got that. You got up on the wheel and earned that one, man. Congratulations, Gary.
Thank you.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen, from Falk, Arkansas. Gary Harvin, been starving for a win. He finally got the job done tonight. Happened earlier, the transmission would not go in gear, so maybe he's got that fixed. We'll keep an eye on Skeet. What happened in number 36 now? He's got the left rear quarter panel front spin by Clayton. And Jamie Clayton loses the goose, but don't get him started. Jimbo trying to do the limbo out here. Here comes Aaron Roy. He says, looks good for the goose. He says, good for the gander. Right now, it's 47 Williams. Going to get to hold on to that inside of the victory. Clayton the second. Clayton on power around the outside. Looks like 2018 of the hobby stock class. This is closed up quickly. Here comes Roy now. Back to the inside of Williams. They go 3 different lanes wide nearly. I'll tell you what, Aaron Roy on a mission now. Not contact, and that time he makes a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact for Williams. And one going off the exit to the 3. No harm and no foul. We stay clean and under the green flag right now. Down the front stretch, off the 4. The right rear quarter panel dangling in the middle of the 90. It's the 36 of Newborn. Again, 3 wins at the hill this season. Came close to winning night 1. Although his cousin Justin Whitehead, he had a hell of a battle and ended with 36 smashing a skidder tire. Whitehead also got hands with a skidder, but was able to continue on. We'll keep our eyes on this right rear quarter and see if it gets into that loser tire. Right now, Clayton, this would be a pretty popular victory if he could get this victory tonight. Clayton obviously moved over to race in this division and show that he is certainly here to stay. All those hobby stock wins or no fluke. If you give him 4 times in the steering wheel, he can get the job done. The top 3 cars separated by the same distance right now. About a car and a half separate 36, J3, and 35. Roy's prevailed by about a half a straightaway over the 47cc of Williams, and lap traffic up in front of Kenworth. In front of 36 of Newborn, he has to go to the hub of the racetrack. Kenworth, playing no favorites, opens up the door for the victory of Clayton. licking his chops with Jimbo. Down on the back straightaway. Jimbo hungry. Into 3. Here comes Rapid Roy now. Yeah, baby. It's heating up the Texarkana down the front stretch into turn number 1. That Western Flyer chassis built by Curtis on leads. Driven by the number 36 in Hooks, Texas at Colby Newborn, who has turned his tide in 2021. A RaceOnTexas.com breakout driver of the year candidate by a far margin out front. And that group there, down the straightaway. One little bobble, one little mistake could be the difference in victory lane tonight. At the top 3 cars right now underneath Grandma's wheel. Off of 4. Still continues to beat Colby Newborn out front, your race leader in 36. Aaron Roy trying to push his hot rod down to the hump of the racetrack. And work down to it. See how the race clock goes. We're working down. The 10 laps in and 10 to go. This time by for Colby Newborn in 36. Got these horses running tonight. All newborns right now, all the time. One of those Chuck Priestley best engine power plants singing a song. I think one of the 36 continues to carry a tune out front with the race lead. As they work off the extra 2. Roy continues to push it down to the inside of the J3 of Clayton for second. Nothing doing. Continue to mention that battle there in the side of the top 3. That's the best battle on the Speedway. As Roy now gets him off the extra 4. Roy has stayed committed, and it's working for him, and it's working well. And he works off of 2. Taking back in the mix now. Canada Hill back to 35. 35 says no. As Roy is hitting his marks, and that RPM power plant built by his father, Alan, is digging tonight. And it's singing a song around the hub of the Speedway tonight. Week 2, he won one all the way around the top ropes of the racetrack. The Red Park gets the best bourbon. Spared no expense, throwing all caution to the wind. Right now, lap traffic following up your race leader, Colby Newborn. Working down to it, under 10 to go. Newborn trying to find the lane. He will find it at 61, makes an evasive move to allow the 36 to get by. Now one car in between the front row of the 35, but Aaron Roy tries to get by, and it's close. As Colby goes to the top shelf, opens up the door again, 35 is chipping away at it. 61 at Gardner, playing no favor of 36 of Newborn. We got a race through lap traffic is 81, making it hard for Newborn. Working down to it. The Texarkana Medical Associates number 35. Always say John Mitchell's got the fast health care. This dude's got some pretty swift health care as well. And he's trying to put a band-aid on the 36 car to 9 to 1. Here comes Aaron down on the inside. Nothing doing just yet. That top rope momentum continues to work. The number 36, that best engine, sings a song once again and carries it into 3 and 4. A good one tonight here at the Manville, Arkansas Oval. As we're working down to it. 2 to go the next time by. Here comes Aaron Roy. Not enough. He'll continue to stick it. He'll continue to dig on the extra 2. He'll throw the shovel down to the bottom and turns 3 and 4 again. And throw some dirt over his shoulder. Can't find it. He comes up the racetrack. It's 2 laps to go for Colby Newborn. He's trying to cash in. He's been close here all year long. Here comes Aaron once again. Wants to help him show him that nose maybe. He was driving in deep enough. And he rattles in 36. And the 21-year-old just celebrated a birthday here last Friday night. Colby Newborn at car number 36. The white flag is out for the Hooks, Texas native Colby Newborn. Trying to get that 4th win of the season. Into 1 for the final time. 35 good minutes striking distance. He's close enough to do something here in 3 and 4. And he has a plan. He'll drive it into downtown Phoenix, Arizona, into turns 3 and 4. And lap traffic up in front, but it won't impede the progress. As your winner tonight, first win of the year goes to Colby Newborn in 36. A dominant season early in this 2021 campaign for Colby Newborn. And he throws another one. Notches another victory into his hip pocket tonight here in Mandeville. Of the year at his home racetrack, the driver of the best engine, Club 20 suspension, number 36. Give it up for the Hooks, Texas native Colby Newborn in 36. Hey, son. Colby. This racetrack's not really like anything that you've driven on yet this year. Not sure if the hills had a hammer down surface, but man, this thing was cowboy up tonight. And I'm not sure if you can hear him back there, but Aaron Roy who was quick in week 2 and got around you there. But tonight, the roles were reversed and you get the job done. Colby, this thing was a rocket ship.
Yeah, man, it was a freaking rocket. I knew, luckily when that caution come out, I went down there and hit the top one time, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's up here. And I knew Aaron was going to be fast as soon as I seen it was up there, and I just knew I had to hold him off. And got behind lap traffic, and I just knew, I was just waiting on him to blow by me, because I just couldn't get by him. Luckily, I was able to pull through.
I'm sure it feels really good, too, after having such a good car the first couple of weeks, just not, again, having the results to show for it. Skidder tire getting you. No, this feels really good tonight, finally get one, because you've had tons of speed.
Man, yeah, this car's a rocket, and I just had some terrible luck, and just messing with my cousin Justin. I had second wrapped up that night, but threw a stupid slide job on him and knocked the whole front end out. But luckily, we got our bad luck off our shoulders here, and hope we can keep it rolling.
Overall, though, man, like I've told the fans, you got 3 wins down the road at the Hill. One of the most competitive classes is the limited division over there. I mean, to win 3 times over there with the heavyweights you're competing against, and hey, tonight a quality, this is pretty quality field, quantity too. I'll tell you what you've done at Boot Hill, the point leader over there. I mean, it's been a really good year overall for you.
Oh man, for sure. Like I was telling freaking Connor and Dad, last year I couldn't even get out of my way at Boot Hill. It seemed like, and then so I came into this year, was like, man, I'm gonna get redemption on that place just for me, and I keep telling myself I ain't through yet, so hopefully this is just the beginning.
You just turned 21 last Friday night. By the way, happy birthday to Colby Mewburn, folks. How about a round of applause there? Your 16-year-old brother has a win this year, carrying on that tradition. Third-generation guys, man. Your dad was a very accomplished racer. It's pretty cool when you go over. You and your brother are getting the job done here in 2021.
Oh, that's for sure. I watch him every time in the stands before I go out, and I'm like, man, I can't let him one-up me like that. So luckily, we're even now here.
I'll give you a chance to real quick thank all of your sponsors and supporters.
Man, I got to thank Best Engines, Club 20 Dig, Neil Kemp, ANT Delivery, who am I forgetting? Hadaway Towing, definitely my fiance Brooklyn, Dad, Mom, Connor. I know I'm missing somebody, but man, I can't thank. The list goes on and on. I can't thank everybody enough, and I thank every one of y'all for coming out tonight. I know it rained, and I'm just glad all y'all stuck it out and able to put on a good show for y'all.
I know I need to wrap this up. A final thing. It's got to be a good night for your fiance because her dad just won the factory stock feature as well.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, it's going to be a good night at home.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Give it up, buddy. It's car number 36. Dennis Gardner Jr., sorry. We're underway as they hustle into 1. Spurlock gets the whole shot. Leads him down the back straightaway into turn number 3 on the opening lap. Spurlock goes high, wide and handsome. The B-17 riding along in tow. He'll try to work down on the inside, can't size up to get the job done. A ball clear down his neck here early in this one. Ball down on the bottom of the racetrack. Got a little down 7 out 10. He's going to rocket his way off the 2 with a big run down the back straight over to the inside of B-17 momentarily. In the turn number 3, they come off the 4. Spurlock sending a forward pace around the middle of the oval early in this one. Oh, right in front of him. Spurlock nearly lost the handle. He corralled 3 wide at the midpoint of the back straightaway. Oh boy, it's hitting up. Spurlock gonna ride right into Timmy's, and that is not how you wanted to see that take place. Ugly. Be over there in Monroe tomorrow night, trying to get one here tonight in Mandeville. We're back on our way. Hayden Honeycutt has driven up the 2nd early in the race and the 10. I say it all the time about drivers who are just full of talent. This young man here, I don't get to see race all too often, but anytime I do, he's here to impress, and that he does. Uh-oh, we got a Walmart in a Target parking lot, and Bubba Sampson couldn't get on the brake pedal quick enough, and we have problems. Crate Lates in his first season of action in this division. He gets his back on the way off of 4, down Main Street into 1 they come. Here comes the Catman. John Mitchell with a slide job across the nose of the 10 of Caden Honeycutt. Slider serve. And at 3, Honeycutt cannot return the favor and serve him another. Off of 4, Catman up to 2nd and 5. And Paul trying to run up in the B-17. Keep the distance between he and the 5, but here comes John. Down the back straightaway. John Mitchell always going to be a consistent threat. 1 here. 2 Friday nights ago. The Catman has some cat scratch fever tonight. And down the in the 1. On a hammer down, Charlie Brown. Mandeville, Arkansas quarter-mile oval here tonight. As they execute into 3. And off of 4. Down the front straightaway, John Mitchell giving hell to the B-17. of the freight train, Brandon Ball. He better turn up the wick and get the rolling like a locomotive. As down the back straight of the Catman again, it's got some scratch fever. John Mitchell in the 3 and the 5. The Healthcare Express WW Timber entry is rocking and it's rolling. Down the boulevard into 1. I always say it, folks, it's some fast healthcare. As he works off of turn number 2. 3 Healthcare Express locations located in Texarkana is about to make the field hurt, and they may have a full waiting room tonight. Down the front straightaway again, up with the silly stuff. John Mitchell's got a hot rod tonight. As Paul continues to fend him off. He's got a proverbial rear view mirror full of that Rocket XR1 chassis of John Mitchell. But Paul up to the task and then the challenge of this juncture really worked down to it. As Mitchell and Ball separated themselves in the third place dominant and a Caden Honeycutt, who has a comfortable third place run at this juncture as a 17 of 15. The Stuckey brothers rolling 4th and 5th in some of the top 5 and a good showing for them. As John Mitchell trying to put it together here late. 8 laps are scored, and we've got still 12 laps to settle the score. And breathing all down the neck of the B-17, making an uncomfortable situation up front for the freight train. John Mitchell there knocking on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth. As John Mitchell, smelling blood in the water, down on the back straightaway, trying to get his second win here of the season. And a big bubble on the freight train in the 3 and 4. And John Mitchell slides him in front. He'll take the lead in 5. That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen, as we have 10 laps in, 10 laps to go. And Brandon Ball jumped the cushion and the 5 was ready to claw and scratch, and he pounced. And he took the race lead right away quickly. As it may be all she wrote, as the 5 of Mitchell now setting sail out front in that Rocket XR1. Here you go. Mitchell gone with the win, but lap traffic out in front will impede the progress when he gets there. Over 50% of this lap in the race into the history books. But it does appear that he will get to the 25 of Sampson. Will Sampson hear him, or will John have to change his line and allow the 17 to close the gap? Not sure that it'll be a factor. Mitchell setting a torrid pace out front. He may make a bold move, and that's a bold move. And it damn near crashed him. Excuse the language, folks. That was nasty and wild. And a bold move, having zero idea. He knows that the B-17 is a gasser. And he probably thought that Brandon was breathing down his neck still. As Mitchell about parked it there in turn 4. As I like to say, he was just about ready to take a hard right to Elvis Presley Boulevard and head to the Heartbreak Hotel instead of Victory Lane. As Mitchell now has clear track and clear sailing, it should be a smooth ride to Victory Lane, avoiding any kind of mechanical setback or a failure on that number 5 Rocket XR1 chassis. As I tell you what, Stuckey is digging tonight. Here comes Clayton Stuckey, the 17-year-old from Blanchard, Louisiana. Rolling down to the inside, a pair of black diamonds, 2nd and 3rd. As the Lucasville Products Swing Construction Advanced Powder Coating number 15. Here comes Stuckey, digging around the hub of the racetrack. He couldn't go any lower than a mudcat in the Mississippi River, folks. Right there around the skidder tires. And he is set up and set sail around the hub of the racetrack. And it would be interesting, perhaps, just maybe to see a caution if Stuckey to pull a rabbit out of the proverbial hat here, as he just had a big bobble there off of 4. Maybe he burnt the tires off of him. We'll keep a look on him. Yeah, I don't know. Stuckey's rolling, that there is no doubt. But it's about to be all for naught. It'll be a nice run to throw into the hip pocket for him. And some good notes for next weekend's Kenneth Michell Memorial. It'll be 1.5 laps to go as John Mitchell meets the midcourt of the back straightaway. And Joe Holm has the white ready to throw. Over the 5 and John Mitchell off of 4. A comfortable advantage as he crosses underneath the flag stand. Has a great performance tonight for Clayton Stuckey and the B-17 of Brandon Ball. But final time on the 3 and 4. Now, like I said tonight, folks, he's clawed, he's pounced, he's scratched. Cat scratch fever tonight. John Mitchell wins at Mandeville. His 2nd win of the year. And his 2nd in 3 weeks. Mitchell gets the job done tonight. He got up on his horse and put a whip to it. And a good run there with Ball. One mistake was all it took. Catman Mitchell in 5. Well, John, that was a good one there early. A hammer down track. We don't get that often here in Mandeville. But, man, you cowboyed up tonight, and this Rocket XR1 was certainly on point. Ball made one mistake there in 3 and 4, and you were there to pounce. Got around him.
Yeah, I was just kind of riding behind him there, and, you know, really couldn't pass on that cushion real good, so I just kind of waited to see if he might have slipped a little bit, and he slipped that one time, got by him. He had a pretty good car. We just got buried, you know, started in the back of that heat and really couldn't get there, you know, need to start at second row in that feature. But anyway, all in all, we had a good night, come from 6th to win, so we're happy with that.
John, that was a wild move you made through lap traffic over there in 3 and 4. I'm not sure. I mean, it got really close. It kind of knocked your car a little sideways there. I'm sure you didn't have any idea. You had several links on Brandon, but you never know with him. I mean, he's a gasser. I'm sure, you know, you thought he was right there behind you. But you had those kind of moves, I guess, win races. But that was a pretty close move there, John.
Yeah, I felt like I was in that open car. I went to pick that gas up, and we forgot we had that crate motor in. But, yeah, I just know you can kind of put them lap cars in between somebody, and, you know, and kind of get out there a little bit. So that's what we was trying to do, just try to get a little bit of gap on them. But, yeah, I probably shouldn't have took that chance, but all in all, it worked out, you know.
I don't see any damage on any of the sheet metal anyway. So yeah, I think you fit it in there as much. The puzzle had to fit there. It was a bold move, John, and it worked out for you tonight. I know next weekend's a big weekend for you. You know, in honor of your father, $5,555 on the line. Your second win in 3 weeks. I know you'd like to get 3 and 4 next weekend.
Yeah, I'd like to get that one. I appreciate Duke and Bill and Vicky putting that race on. All y'all fans, y'all come out next week. We need to pack this place. You know, he wants to have that race every year, so. You know, we need to have a good show in this first year, and maybe we'll have some good cars. I've got some of my friends, buddies coming down, going to run that deal, so maybe we'll have a lot of cars. It's paying a lot of, you know, pretty good money for around here, so.
What does it mean for a track to want to honor your father like that? I mean, it's pretty cool. We've had a lot of great memorial races, but for someone to honor your father, who obviously, you know, I always mention Kenneth's high performance because I know he was a big asset to your race team, but obviously he was your dad, so I know you loved him. But it's pretty cool, man, that you'll be able to honor him next week.
Yeah, man, me and Duke's like brothers, and yeah, he asked me about that deal, so. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll give you a chance to thank all your sponsors and supporters.
Yeah, Billy White, W&W Timber, Healthcare Express, Razor Edge Graphics. Man, we got a lot. We got a lot of them here. Bulletproof Tees, Integra Shocks and Springs, Kaiser, Tommy Dowden Logging. He's a big help. Base Fuels. Man, we just got a lot of guys. Texarkana Tire and Wheel. Man, we just we got a lot of help. Alan comes out here and helps me. We're kind of struggling on our crew right now, so. He's been with me for a while, so I know I can depend on him when I call him.
He's tried and true. Congratulations, John. Well earned, deserved victory tonight, and best of luck next weekend.
Yep. Happy birthday, Ben.
Yep. Ben, happy birthday. The Catman, John Mitchell, your crate late model winner. Pick him off and roll to the front. Eddie Brewer from Atlanta back in the saddle again. He's the car number 65. Michaela Strom, a 72K. Racing Roy, the 11-year-old in car 35. And Hayden McNeil in one in one underway, and they hustle into one under the gun. A bobble by your pole sitter, Fagan, and they go 4 wide, nearly look out. And that was close. As the seas will part, and we'll roll them into 3 and 4 as Danny Bryant's your early race leader. Who's going to win this race, Dexter?
I got my money on
Okay, the white 58. You got Bruce. We'll see if Chris Bruce has got it, but Converse and Bryant are going to have a hell of a race up front, and right now they're going to go at it down the back straightaway at the midpoint. So this should be good for bragging rights. These guys racing hard. Bryant called out Victor Wayne by the last part of the Converse. Good race for a second as Bruce and Converse going at it. Down the back straightaway, neck to neck here for the second spot as they roll into turn number 3. Bruce bring along the 4 of Danny Rainbow, 2 Friday night ago, your main event winner. As down Main Street into turn number 1. Danny Bryant getting away up front comfortably in 88B. A 3-horse race for second. Converse making his car wide on the triple ride trailer right now. Rambo trying to get his second win in 3 weeks. Lap traffic out in front of Danny Bryan as they work through 3 and 4. Bryant will get around the outside of him as we work halfway in. The other from 50% in, or left to go yet. The final race of the night in Manitoba, Arkansas, the Texarkana 67th Speedway on the 4th event of the grand reopening here of the Speedway. Bryant still with a sizable advantage out front as he hustles off of 4 down Main Street into 1. First spinning off a hard chart from Rambo. The battle for second is a good one. Down the back straightaway, fitting around lap traffic in the Taylor Strom is Bryant. As they roll in the 3. Rambo and Converse still door to door for a second. Going at it. It's all Danny B all the time in 88B as he works down the front straight up at the time. Rainbow and Converse giving each other hell. Uh-oh. And Chris Bruce just got sent down to the infield Dukes to Hazard style before Rainbow prevails to go to second, and Converse has been relegated to third now. Your folks that are Fagan under fire by the 5 of your top 5 driver in 5th of Ashton Riddle. 2 to go for Danny Bryant. He gone. Danny Bryant up front with the lead in 88B. Rambo trying to get his second in the race. But that's a long way to go. You'll need a mechanical setback or a failure here for Bryant, who will work underneath the flag stand and snatch the white flag this time. And that's to be all she wrote, folks. The lady is singing a song now as Danny Bryant will carry the tune into turn number 3. And he accepts the challenge from Converse, and he comes here to Texarkana and takes his lunch money tonight. Danny Bryant, 88B, dominates tonight's A main event here at 67. He will be a champion. Mark it, Cowboys fans. Hey, though, how about a fan for all the folks on the way out for Danny B? Danny Bryant, your winner tonight in 88. It wasn't even close, so there was no cigar. He just dominated this feature race tonight, put a tail spanking on him. All in good fun. Well, Danny, I tell you what, all in good fun. You know, you and Justin Converse, good friends. Y'all kind of go back and forth with each other on social media. But he called you out last week, man. You took the challenge. You showed up here, and y'all had an outstanding race in the heat earlier. But tell you what, took their lunch money tonight, Danny.
Yeah, I was sitting at work when he called me out on Race on Texas, so I had to come play. You know, I couldn't let him just punk me out like that.
How much were you missing racing? Obviously, you've been working down in South Texas, tarantulas and stuff. You know, crazy stuff going on down there. You know how good did it feel to get back behind the wheel and do something you love to do here tonight?
Man, I love to race, and you know it does suck whenever you're at work and having to watch everybody race, but I like seeing other guys race, you know, so it felt good.
Does that kind of fuel the fire, though, when you get to sit out and you come back? I mean, you're just that determined to get a dub.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. When I get back, I'm ready to race.
Absolutely, man. Let's hear all the great folks that help you out in this race car. And before you do that, what did you think of the track tonight? It was pretty hammered down.
Yeah, it was a little slick. It's different than my regular tracks, you know, but it felt good. I didn't know I had that big of a lead on everybody. I figured he was right behind me, so I wasn't going to let up, you know.
Is this a Cavalier?
It's Chevy 05 Cavalier.
10-4. It's a good rocket ship right now. I know you've been on a roll anytime you've been able to compete this year.
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, and it's all how you drive the car. You know, it's different. It's tricky. You know.
Final thing I wanted to ask: have you ever had thoughts or goals or aspirations to maybe race in a different class? I know a lot of your family. You know, McEachern. You know, your family. It's your nephew race in different divisions. Is that something you've ever thought about?
The goal is next year to have a factory stop.
Well, don't ever lose the sight of having fun, because I know you're having a lot of fun right now, man. Don't let the sport overwork you and let the fun get out of the way, man, because I know you're having a lot of fun. You're a hell of a driver, too, man. And I'd like to see what you can do in something else, because you displayed a ton of talent. Congratulations on another dub tonight, Danny.
Appreciate it.
With the victor tonight again from Houghton, Louisiana, is Justin Converse about to steal his race car here. Hey, you want to drive one that was a little bit faster? I'm just kidding. He seriously starts it with a key?